Afternoon, friends. So let us start and taking your questions. So one of the query asked by Mr. Sagar Jain 4372, he wants an analysis of Dmart, and another query is asked by Mr. Naimish Muhajan 4512. He is asking for analysis of Trent Limited. Now both are retails giants. Both are large cap stocks. So let us analyze Dmart versus Trent. How the both stock stands with against each other. Again, what is the future prospects, and again how you have to analyze this stock also I'm going to talk in detail about it. So let us start. So first we'll take about Dmart first, and meanwhile I'm sharing the screen, and meanwhile I'm sharing the screen, guys. As I told you earlier also, if you want any stock of yours to be analyzed, please type in the comment box. We'll analyze that stock, and hope you are guys enjoying our videos. We are putting lot of efforts to give you a proper list. So do like these videos and also do subscribe to our channel. So let us talk about first Avenue Supermarket. So Avenue Supermarket, you can see here it is a large cap stock. Okay, and the problem is, yes, the problem is that the stock is about 111. So yeah, it is on a higher side. If you talk about Avenue Supermarket, it's a supermarket chain providing focus on food, non-foods, FMCG, and general merchandise. When we talk about Trend Limited, that is also large cap stock of 1 lakh crore. That is also having a higher P of almost 168, which is much more higher. And the same Trend, it's a Tata Group company and engaging on apparels, footwear, accessory, toys, games, food, grocery. So lot many items are common between Dmart and Trend. So let us talk about first their basically chart in last 5 years, how it is. So if you know that initially when it started, April 2017, when the Dmart IPO was there, no, after that you can see such a big, as it is gone to almost you can say that 5,000 rupees, almost 10 times return it has given within a span of 4 years. Okay, so it was a multi-bagger at that time. However, after that, you can see here the stock has not performed. Overall, it has gone down only, and still almost you can say this is almost maybe December 2021. Okay, and almost 3 years has passed on, and stock is not able to recover that earlier gains, and no, the earlier top also it is not able to surpass. Now let us talk about Trend Limited. If you take 10 limited 10-year data, by 2014 it was 104, but real jump has come after 2008. Only from 300 it has gone to almost 3,000 rupees. Similarly, 10 times return here also. Okay, the similar way, only in last 5 years it has performed a lot. But yes, if you see the chart of both, this is on a still on a upward trend. Okay, it is still on a upward trend. However, when you talk about Dmart, no, from last 2 years, it is in a 3 years, it is almost in a consolidation level. Now let us compare the P ratio. Just to compare P ratio, as I told you earlier, also the P ratio is much more higher. It is almost 167 for Trend. But you can see here the main thing is that the jump in EPS is coming. Okay, yes, in between there was a period where it was in a loss, but yes, then there is a big jump in EPS coming. Correct. Now, if you talk about Trend Limited, or sorry, Avenue Supermarket, their EPS is steady from last few quarters, 1 year. However, slowly and gradually, the P is rationalizing. Yes, it has gone up to 300 level, which was much more on a higher side. At that time, valuation was much more at a peak level. I'm talking about maybe July, August 2021. Then there is a consolidation period coming at a P level. Now, why P is going? That means market is giving less weightage to Dmart, that they are not going to grow as fast as it used to go earlier, and that's why the lower PE ratio is there. Now let us compare the margin, everything. So talking about margin and sales and margin, okay. If you see here the sales and margin, now here, just a minute. If you see the gross profit margin is around 15%, operating margin is around 8%, and net profit margin is around 5%, which is on a lower side. Net profit margin is very less, it is around 5%. And of course, mainly the food items and all this stuff is there. That's why the margin is on a lower side. When we talk about Trend, if you talk about sales and margin, you see the margin is much better. If you can see, gross margin is around 43 to 44, operating margin is around 15 odd, and basically net profit margin is around 8 to 9, which is much better than you can say Dmart. So that is a positive for Trend. And also you can see here the sales, quarterly sales is going on a higher side. Okay, वो एक आपको देख रहे हो ना, it is there in a 45-degree angle. But when we compare the same with Avenue Supermarket, it is not having a 45-degree. It's slowly and gradually it is going up. Okay, so that's why sales performance is also much better currently for Trend compared to Dmart. Even if you see here, EBITDA is slowly and gradually going up. Okay, EV by EBITDA, of course, it is falling. The main reason is the stock price is not doing. That's why it is falling a lot. Now, similarly, if you talk about for Trend, guys, why I'm doing a one by one comparison so that you will able to understand the perspective. Now, if you see here, this is what EBITDA is having a literally a 45-degree angle. So that is a good sign. That's why you can see why Trend is actually attracting higher P ratio, because the premium is more, because it has performed well over the time. Okay, at least from last few years, you can 2 to 3 years, it has performed well. Now, let us talk about pros and cons. So, yes, company is completely debt free. Company delivered profit of 24.5% CAGR in last 5 years. That's good. Maiden sales growth also 33%. Of course, stock is trading at a higher valuation, and it is not paying dividend. Company has low return ROE of 12.6%. Now, when we compare with this with the Trend, if you see companies expected good dividend, similarly profit growth is also 25%. Companies healthy dividend of 20%. So Trend Limited is giving you dividend compared to Dmart. But yes, that is what the company is trading at a much more higher valuation, almost 34.4 times book. Now, when we compare the various ratio, okay, I'll compare afterwards. Let us see the sales growth and net profit margin and all that. So अगर आप यहाँ देखोगे, so sales growth is slowly and gradually going up. Of course, December 22 it was 11,560. Now it is 12,600. So modest growth, not a great growth as such. Even if you can see here, earlier September 20 it was a 686 net profit. Currently it is 623. So modest growth, not more, not much moving here. But when we talk about Trend, guys, if you talk about Trend, you can see there is a good jump in overall sales is coming. When you can see here, last quarter, they were registered the highest growth of almost 228 crore. So that is good. Almost operating profit margin is 15 here. And when we talk about uh, this one, yes, Dmart, it is around 8% only. So that's why there also they are actually having a much more better situation. When we talk about year on year, guys, year on year, you can see here, there is a, you can see the jump of last year, no, from 8,000, almost 8,200 crore. I'm talking about Trend, almost double jump. Even if you talk about net profit from 35, initially in between there was a loss, and basically after that there 35, and you can see 10 times jumps in the profitability. It is coming almost 394 crore, and that is what is pushing actually Trend on a higher side. However, if you talk about Avenue Supermarket, you can see yes, there is a good jump in the sales, and also good jump in the net profit. But the only problem which everyone is facing here is that no, the valuation. That's why still they cannot see such type of growth which they used to see earlier. If you talk about no compounding growth, the compounding growth में अगर आप देखोगे 10 years Dmart is for 29%, 3 years 20%, TTM 21%. Profit growth only 1% this year. This is something is a problem. 3 years 22, and stock price almost 18%. In 1 year the stock price has not at all moved. तो वही हो रहा है कि एक बड़ा हाथी हो गया है, अभी वो मूव नहीं हो रहा है. But here you can see here compounding sales growth. In this year it is almost 53% higher. Compounding profit growth 101%, and you can see in 1 year it has almost got double. And that is why Trend is performing well, because of the profitability and everything. compared to Dmart. No, no, it's like an elephant. It is moving very, very slow. So this is what some of the comparison we want to do. But yes, let us talk about the shareholding pattern also. So when you talk about shareholding, yes, promoter is having the highest one, almost 25% of shareholding in Dmart is of promoter only. Okay, and in that, Mr. Radhakrishna Damani is holding almost 23, then 13% Bright Star, and rest are other. So this is how the trend, almost 74% is there with the promoter. And then when we talk about trend, Tata Sun is having almost 32%. And yes, as it is a Tata Group company, yes, Tata Group का थोड़ा यहाँ share काफी है. So this is all about the trend, and we're just seeing the financial analysis. Now let us understand some of the charts which are very important to understand. So talking about charts, guys, there are two charts which I am making you understand. Is first is the uh, basically, let us talk about the Dmart. So talking about Dmart, guys, if you see here, the revenue of 19% year on year, gross margin contracted. Actually, gross margin has gone down for Dmart in last few years. You can see here. Again, if you see here the profitability, okay, profitability भी अगर आप देखोगे, EBITDA margin has gone down, correct. So by 40 bps year on year, reported PAT has also actually, no, you can see here it is on a negative side. So this is where the basically Dmart is falling apart. Again, added 9 store in Q2 financial 24, and revenue per square feet has improved gradually quarter on quarter. So this is how the performance is there of uh, Dmart. Now, if you talk about same way, you can see here for trend, it is 59% year on year growth in revenue. Gross margin also actually is good, only 44.7. Standalone margin and also improved year on year. Standalone profit also grown up almost by 56%. Now, this is a very, very good growth. Only the problem we have to always see is the whether what is the valuation, correct. So this is how you can understand about, I just try to make you understand about this both the companies, about Dmart and Trend. Now you may say, Tapan, but yeah, what is the future? Now this is where you have to understand that few things you have to keep in mind. Like, let us talk about Dmart. Now, if Dmart is going by 20-25% CAGR from at a sales level and profit level, then also the only issue which we face here is that what about the P ratio? P ratio is triple one. Now, if the company is going 20-25%, no, this triple one P ratio is much more on a higher side. Again, Dmart is facing lot of competition with online retailers like Big Basket and all that guys. No, they are able to deliver much more faster, and Amazon, GeoMart, no, they are having a direct competition with Dmart. Now we have to see how Dmart is going on online space, whether it is going to able to go fast or not. Because if they are not able, then there is a big problem. Of course, Dmart has already started their online store, their app is ready, everything is going on online also, but the traction is not so good compared to if you talk about Amazon, Geo, or Big Basket and all these guys. And this is where no, Dmart has to worry about it. And Dmart, actually, they are having an acquisition. Mostly they acquire the land, they set up their store, they have their own store. That's why the rental is very less, and they are having a big stores. But the footfall at a big stores in last few quarters is coming on a much more lower level, and that is what is hurting Dmart currently. Now, if you ask me what is the future scenario, then I think for Dmart, unless they don't go aggressively at the online level, I think they will face a big problem from the online competition. Again, now if you ask me also, guys, I am not going to any store and buying stock, buying any no, you can say groceries and all that. We and my wife always actually order through Amazon, Geo, and all that, or Dmart Fresh, whatever is there. But yes, we do online only, and that is the difference, guys. That is the difference. Now, you brick and mortar may or may not work also, and online will work more. And this is where, no, basically Dmart has to work upon, and they have to aggressively work on the online status, and how they are going to do fast. That is the main is the main way they can excel also from here. Plus the big stores which they have established, guys, they have established many big stores. Now if the footfall at that big stores goes down, then there is a big problem. So lot many issues are there at the Dmart front. No doubt they are having a 20-25% growth rate, and in future also they will derive that. But whether at this valuation can you buy Dmart, that is a question coming in mind. Now let us talk about Trend Limited. Trend Limited has had a fabulous growth in last 2 years, guys. No, more than 50% CAGR, no growth they are having. Again, it is expected that in next few years also they are having a more than for 40 to 50% growth. Again, they are actually dealing in apparels and all that, toys and games and all that stuff, not at the food items. However, Dmart is at the food items. So Dmart margin, as you have seen already, that gross margin, net profit margin is a much more lower compared to the Trend, almost the half. And this is where Trend is having a little bit of edge. Now Trend, it's a Tata company and they have more than 400. So similarly, Dmart has also, I think, more than 390 stores. Of course, Dmart stores are much bigger than Trend, but Trend overall is doing very well. And no, actually on the basically apparel side and all that. But the only problem, which already I told you, the valuation is too high at a 166 P, guys. It is too high a P ratio to again, yeah, even though you may tell Tapan, but it is having a 40% growth. Don't you think this growth is good? Yes, it is a good growth, but at 166p, I think no, it is little bit expensive. But this company, if the P ratio comes down, no, I think this company will be much better to invest compared to Demand, because the way the growth will be there in the future and the strategy they have. Again, their stores are there but not so big as like Dmart. Lot many things which are done at a trend level is much more, you can say, in a logical way, and they are keeping the future prospects in the mind. Again, they are having a very good presence at the online space also. So this is what my comparison is between Dmart and Trend, as both the companies are good large cap stock, but Dmart, as I told you, the growth process look much more lower compared to the Trend, but valuation is higher for the both the companies. So guys, hope you like this video and hope you learned out of this. What you learned in the, type it in the chat box, and as I told you, if you want any stock us to analyze, type in the comment and let us know. And do like this video and do share this video to as many friends and relatives you have, because our main job and main aim is nothing but to spread the financial literacy. And guys, if you want to know how we do analyze all this stock, and because for each sector there are different parameters, the link is given below. No, I do conduct a live workshop every week. You can click that link and do join our master class. The costing is almost 1500 rupees, but you are going to get it free. So please, only the first 50 members are going to get it free. So click the below link and do join our master class, and stay in touch, stay in tune, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye bye.